Alright, back like we never left because we never did leave. You got your boy Love on the Hate One, and your boy Gil is in the building. And you guys already know, man, we finna cook. Let's get right into this. Gil just asked me if somebody had a gun to my head, who would I pick for this Boots versus Stanionis fight? And let me tell you guys this, man. I got Boots winning this fight, but I'm not sleeping on Stanionis. I personally feel like Boots didn't look good at all in his last fight, and I think that's gonna bring a spark into Boots, you know, to look good for this fight. Stanionis is good, got some pop, you know. I like his timing as well, and he got that undefeated confidence too going into this fight. But I just feel like Boots is, and Boots is one of my favorite fighters when he's on his game, you know. I really respect his skill. He got power. It's nothing that Boots can't really do in that ring, you know. But this is probably, I think it is the toughest fight on his resume. So, you know, Stanionis can expose some things, but I do feel like Boots is he's the type of fighter that fight to the level of his competition though too. Like if it's like a bum fighter, then he won't really get up for them. But Stanionis ain't no bum, so we gotta wait and see, basically. But I got Boots winning this fight. What's your thoughts on it, Gil?
I think that Stanionis has to make it a little bit dirty, bro, because like you said, Boots has all the tools, bro. So you have to use your timing. You have to get in his face a little bit, kind of throw him off his game, kind of set your own pace and not let him get off. And if you're gonna punch, you gotta punch in combination, and you gotta punch at the same time that Boots is, so that you could see if you could catch him with anything that he doesn't see, because you're punching at the same time. I think Boots has this fight, but Stanionis can certainly make it tough on him and test him a little bit. Like you said, he's fought everybody in that division, bro. Mm-hmm. So he has a lot of tools also, but I just think that Boots has too many tools in the toolbox right now. So you have to make it easier on yourself by doing certain things that make it easier for you to get some punches through, catch him with something that he doesn't see, and see what he does, how he reacts to that.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. He definitely got to he got to be a little dirty, you know, and he got to make the fight ugly. You know, you don't want to fight or try to fight a pretty fight, especially with a guy that do have more tools than you. It's crazy because it's some people that got Stanionis winning this fight. They feel like he's gonna pull off the upset, and man, this is boxing. Like I said, it's gonna be very interesting. It's crazy because just playing devil's advocate, I was gonna ask you, but you basically answered it just now. What he has to do to win the fight or to make it tough, and I agree. Do you feel like Stanionis can hurt Boots?
If he punches in combinations, things could get through that you don't see, and then it can hurt you. We've seen it in the past. But like you said, I like Boots because he goes to the body a lot, and it can start wearing you down. So what you do is you get inside of him, you pick your poison. You could either box from the outside, or you could go on the inside and do work. But I think sooner or later it's gonna be Boots that comes out on top because he has more tools in the toolbox. Yeah. But Stanionis could make it tough. He could go at him and see what he could do. Punch in between his shots and see if he could catch him in something.
I personally feel like if Boots don't respect Stanionis' power, it's gonna get ugly. Cause I think Boots has a decent chin too. Like the guy Villa couldn't hurt him, and Villa was knocking everybody out he was facing. And when Boots fought him, he didn't really hurt Boots like that, you know. So it's gonna be. Like
I think that's why you have to test him mentally and be in his face a little bit. But then you gotta pick and choose your poison. You gotta if you don't think you have the power on the inside, you have to box and you have to move. And you have to pot shot him and see if you can catch him with anything.
Yeah. And man, and you got me wanting to see this fight even more now, man. When we pick each other's brain like this. And you also said something too about those body shots that Boots be throwing, and he stabs at the body too. Like
he has some hard punches, bro. Where it's like you kind of grimace when you watch him because you're like, damn, that shit has to hurt. And how long could you stand up to those shots?
Right.
You know. But you also have a lot. Boots has had some time off where it's like you kind of have to test him and see where he's at mentally. What if you push him against the ropes, you get going, and you pick and choose your moments, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of go low on him a little bit, hit him on the shoulders, hit him in the break. Whatever you could do to get in his face and his mind, that's what you got to do, bro, because you don't have all the tools. You don't have what he has, so you got to minimize the danger that you're in.
Yeah, man. I mean, I think we cooked on this one.
I'm one of those guys that likes to root for the underdog, bro. But this one's hard, bro, because I really think Stanionis is gonna lose, but I think it's gonna be a war. To be honest with you.
Well, it's gonna definitely be a war. Boots is never in boring fights, just as well as Villa. And like I said, Villa is not Villa. I keep getting him confused. Stanionis. Yeah, Stanionis. Even Stanionis is a guy. He's like, man, he's not afraid of Boots, and he's telling the world he's gonna beat Boots. So, and another thing too, like I said earlier, this is both these guys' toughest test. Like,
yeah.
I mean, I don't think Villa faced the Boots or nobody near Boots, and I think the same about Boots. Boots hasn't faced nobody like Villa. So
let me ask you something. Do you think eventually Boots is gonna move up?
He has to move up, in my opinion.
I think he's about ready to move up in the next couple fights because I don't think he can maintain the way he's at right now.
Yeah, and the thing is, yeah, he's a big 147 pounder, and another thing about Boots is the better fights is at 154. Yeah, we both know that. You got Ortiz up there.
I want to see that Ortiz fight against Boots because I think Boots has the skill, but I know Ortiz has power, so it's an interesting fight. Oh, that's the one fight that I want to see really.
See,
from Boots.
That fight will be crazy, man. But Boots got to get past this guy, Stanionis. But that fight is actually on my bucket list. I want to see Boots versus fucking Virgil Ortiz for sure. And even when they both was at 147, I want to see that goddamn fight. So, yeah, I'm with you on that.
I'm gonna say something crazy, bro. I believe that out of those two, it's gonna be Ortiz and Boots to eventually get undisputed at 154.
Think they're gonna fight for undisputed?
It's either gonna be Boots or it's gonna be Ortiz, but one of the two is gonna be undisputed at 154. I'm telling you right now.
Okay. Yeah, man, there's some dogs at 154, man.
Yeah, and I mean, everybody assumes that Boots is gonna take it, but I've seen Virgil since he was way younger, bro, and he has the power to make it interesting with anybody at 154.
I'm gonna be real with you.
I think
that's a real 50-50 right there.